through the middle.
Nice flat swing, just going deep. He's not trying to swing that straight down. Deep corner is what he's looking for.
While the focus may be on Naveen Raja Jacob and Akin, I suppose Sita Ram, the number 9 in the front court, may go on to trouble the Kochi Blue Spikers of favorite. Yes, clear call from the first shot. There was a touch, he says, and so the point has been awarded to Kochi. Was there a touch off the block? The ref certainly reckons there was. Looks decisive, that man.
Well, Chennai pretty quick to say no touches. They're going to ask for a challenge, so luckily we'll get to see it in slow motion. And this is what's great about this league, that we have this challenge system. The players can ask the coach, have another look at that. Let's get it in slow motion. We're looking for that middle finger of the middle blocker. Did it touch? Louis, what do you think?
Not for me. It's very, very close. It's a good swing from Romy because look how far the ball is off the net. So just because he hit it out, the set is way out. That, for me, that's not the spiker's fault. You've got to put the ball another couple of feet in front of him so he can dictate the ball more. It's a very good swing to look for the hands because he hasn't got anything else on. The question is there a touch?
They've got to have conclusive evidence to overturn the first ref's decision. That is how these reviews work. The ref said there was a touch. I wonder what they're celebrating about. Is there enough evidence? Is there enough conclusive evidence? Oh, well. The TV umpire reckons there was enough. And so, that point will be awarded to Chennai instead.
Super important. This challenge system is what makes it so fair in this league.
8-5 in the first set. Time now for an Amul cool technical timeout. Back in just a bit with some more drama. Quick look at our special guests in that RuPay VIP box. They're experiencing prime volley from that vantage point. And for all those watching us at home, thank you so much for tuning in. Broadcast being sent across the world, multiple languages. There we go. There was surely a touch. There had to be a touch. Yes, there was. Erin Berges had only just begun.
I don't think there was a touch on that. I think they're going for that high swing again. Blockers of Chennai putting up a good situation. Have a look at the blockers laying it up there, but not enough space. And Kochi's going for hands every single time.
Yeah, they're going for hands a lot. They play quite a slow offense, so in turn it gives the blockers time to get across, get two up, and there's not many gaps to work around.
I thought the blockers were a bit late on that occasion. Erin Berges could have done better. This time, shot set. It works for Kochi. The deficit now down to 3. Dushyant comes up with the blitz from zone 4.
First time we've seen the middle from Kochi Pete.
Yeah, this is going to be the RuPay contactless shot because there was no contact whatsoever by Chennai. Just perfect contact, finding that sideline where he's looking for that angle, sharp and short.
9-6 it is for Chennai. Very, very close game. Both teams very tight. If only both teams could reduce these errors.
Absolutely, but they've got to get something going. That's the main thing. We haven't seen them score enough. That middle attack, really the first one where we've seen the intention pay off, and you've got to be worried at the moment if you're the Blue Spikers because nothing has really got out of first gear.
Yeah, well, when you're trailing, would you then back yourself to go all out with your serves? That's a big question.
Up it, up it, up it, up it.
Well, we got a super point. You got to back that. That's the way to earn points in this league. Not only the first time around, but try and get a double.
Oh yeah, 4-point swings.
A super point has been called for, and it is worth 2 points. Whoever wins this point gets 2. Kochi called this super point.
And they get it. Huge moment for Kochi, and this is what I love so much about this league. They're down by 4, all of a sudden, snap your fingers, they're only down by 2, and that's a much different ball game.
Bobby, the referee's coming in, called a double on a super point.
That's a ballsy call.
And it's absolutely right in my hand. The left hand pushing through a little bit quicker than the right, and that means the ball spins for those at home who might not know what a double touch is.
Right then, the deficit is down to 2. 10-8 to Chennai. Remember, it's a race to 15. All 5 sets will be played. It's not a best of 5. A super point is worth 2.
Well, super points are kind of negating themselves when every other serve goes into the net.
Sunshine one moment, dark clouds the next. That's what Kochi have come up with today. They won that super point followed by that silly error, really.
Yeah, at some point it needs to start paying off for them, doesn't it? It's all good to have these intentions that we speak about. Being patient is key now, and if they're patient, hopefully it pays off.
If only the scorecard factored in intent. It doesn't. It doesn't for either side.
No points for effort.
But it's also one of the beautiful wrinkles of this format of the sport. It's such a quick race to 15 that if you're too defensive in your tactics, you're going to get burned. There's no other way to play it, and that's the beauty of the Prime Volleyball League. Every coach has the same tactics.
11-9 the score. And there's already a fair bit of chatter on social media. One more error. We've seen consecutive errors in the last couple of minutes, service errors. And make sure you don't make any errors in creating social media content. A quick shout out to our content partners, ShareChat, Watch and Yo-Yo TV. And well, matches here at the league have also been a bit like a yo-yo, topsy-turvy.
The thing is, we've seen a few teams already start behind and then come back, or start really strong and then kind of whittle a little bit or wither a little bit as they go. So this is a great start from Chennai, but is this what we're going to see throughout the match?
Yeah, I still feel that we're still in first gear here. So many missed serves. I feel like we're sparring, and this is not ideal. The captain's coming off of Pavan early on, and I'm interested to see why that is. And it's actually a tactical substitution, just changing up the front court. That's exactly not what Kochi would have wanted to bring off the captain in the first set.
A timeout has been called for. Chennai just 3 points away from sealing the deal in the first set. Kochi trail by 3 points. They can still make a comeback. We've seen a lot of dramatic comebacks. We saw a super point go Kochi's way. Just a quick reminder of what a super point is. Every team, each team can call for a super point once, only once every set, at or before the 11 points mark. If a team calling the super point wins it, they get 2. If not, the opponent gets 2 points. The stakes double. It's really something that stirs the pot, isn't it, Key?
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. So if you're tuning in on volleyball, here's the super point we had earlier, and that's basically exactly like you said. You get a chance to win 2 points, and in this case, it goes off of a double on Chennai. But if you're tuning in from Volleyball World, you've never seen this before, and this is what makes it so exciting here in India.
Yep, fortune favors the brave often, but you got to keep a cool head, a calm head. That's what these players need, because this format, this league is such a high adrenaline rush, not just for players, but for referees and us commentators as well.
Well, as soon as you start to get emotional, your sort of thinking capacity decreases straight back. Oh, and there's an error, I think, from the backcourt attacker. If you're attacking from the backcourt, your foot cannot be on or over the white line. We're going to get another look at this one, guys. We don't get a look at the feet, but apparently over the white line.
I like the aggression to run the pipe, right? We haven't seen a lot of that out of either of these two teams, so it might be the moment to run it, but that's got to be clean.
2 will do it then for Chennai. It's been a good start, hasn't been a perfect start for either, but there's 2 up in the block. Moyo doing brilliant work. High ball, 2 blockers. The line might be open. Was it taken? The answer is no.
Well done to the defenders. 2 blockers in zone 4. In a flash, those 2 blockers were on the right side, so they're clearly anticipating really well. Take a look at that. And it's those 2 blockers that made that execution even tougher. Take a look at these 2, number 1 and number 12, coming together.
And Akin had to go all the way to the left side, then he had to get out to the right side. That is a tough thing to do.
That is why he's one of the finest middle blockers in the country. Set point, 5 of those for Chennai. Here we go. Kochi under pressure. Chennai keep it in play. That third touch has to go to the other side. Once again, Chennai will get a chance to spike and seal the set. Will they do it now? Yes! No! Yes! Yes, they have! Oh my word, this is dramatic. This is terrific stuff. Chennai win the first set, 15-9. They are getting better with every point. Kochi looking a bit brittle in the second half of that first set, Key.
Yeah, and I gotta say, you can't just be dunking the ball over that tip through the middle into the backcourt. That wasn't aggressive, that was just a reaction. So it was always gonna happen that Chennai was gonna come back firing off the hand on the one-on-one. Love that, hitting the antenna, and that's the way that Chennai did it.
It has been a thrilling set. There are 4 more coming. The first set goes the Chennai Blitz way, 15-9. Back in just a bit after the short break.
Well, welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, where a KG opening set has gone the way of the Chennai Blitz.
We see the stats here from the first set. 5 spikes from Chennai, 0 serves, super serves by either one. Only 1 block for Chennai as well. But if you want to see all these stats, head over to Volleyball World, because that's where you'll see it all broken down the way you like it if you're a stats nerd.
Well, there you go, exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League on www.volleyballworld.com, where you'll find the King Sandoval at the top of the scoring list and the Calicut Heroes at the top of the league so far. But as we said, it was cagey, especially if you're a Kochi Blue Spikers fan. They have it all to go. But you can, who's your paint fan favourite of the match so far? I know who mine is. You can vote on Twitter now. At Prime Volley is where you need to go.
These are the 4 options. Rohit Kumar, Vipul Kumar, Rakin GS, Naveen Raja Jacob. To each, it's a tough one. You can tag at Prime Volley, that's our official Twitter handle, and tell us who your Nippon fan favorite is. I suppose it's going to be a tough one for our spectators to pick one, because these are some of the finest volleyball players of India. Here we go, the start of the second set. Kochi looking to forge a comeback. Can they do it? A lot depends on how they start. They need to start really well. Some confusion in the ranks.
That's a good start. Like you said, they need to start strong, and a big block is so important for this Kochi team.
Yeah, with blocking comes some momentum. Very, very good from the middleman. Getting across, dropping the hands inside. Didn't actually start this one, did he? Coming off the bench for the Kochi Blue Spikers. Abhinav.
Straight serve, straight at the libero. Shot set. A depth touch from zone 2. Oh, the libero tried his darndest best. These things happen, and how quickly does a team lose momentum? Here's an example of what happened. Terrific serve. It's the serve that set the tone for that point.
Yeah, you're right. Momentum, everything in this league, especially because it's such a short league. But 2 points right off the bat in the block from Kochi. I like that.
2 blocks as well, and if there's anything that will give the opposition a nudge, will be a block and a good look through the net in the eye.
Moyo was, I thought he was caught napping in the middle of that front court there. Moyo should have done better, but credit to the libero there. Tried his absolute best to retrieve the ball.
The issue here is you can't become complacent if you're Chennai, because I don't think we saw Kochi anywhere near out of first gear in that first set, and I think things can only get better for them.
Once again, straight at the libero. That third touch must be... Oh, well done. Lovely rally building up from the back of the court. They have a point! It is David Burgess once again! Or was it Vipul? Yes, it was Vipul. That is a vicious strike from Vipul Kumar, the number 9. That was a RuPay on-the-go special.
Different looking team out of Chennai now. They've taken their captain off from Peru.
Yeah, the pipe attack scoring through the middle. Chennai did a good job getting 3 up, trying to take the angles away, but he is very high. The policeman clips it away.
Erin Burgess. Great ball toss, but no. Hit that too hard.
Well, that's only the first miss that we've seen in this set. A few more out of Chennai in the last set, but 3-1, that's a great start for Kochi.
Isn't this the crazy thing about this league? How quickly it can just turn around in between sets. all of a sudden we are watching a different team here.
It's like the stock market and budget day.
Well, the way that my stocks are going, I'm Chennai at the moment.
Well, both these teams struggled last season, but this is their chance to prove that they are a blue chip stock on the Prime Volleyball League exchange.
In a league format that reminds me more of crypto.
Floating serve, chance to spike. Chennai, here we go. Here we come. That's where you will go. Straight at the number 4 in the zone 6 there. No chance whatsoever of recycling the ball. When it comes to you at the range of knots, all you can do is pray and hope you don't get injured.
He's heating up. Under quads, Quadzilla, bringing out that gun as well.
Yeah, the higher he jumps, the harder he can hit it. Bargain. And he didn't quite fire in the opening set, so he's going to get some confidence. He did pass well, though.
Yes, lots of gravity-defying stunts on offer at the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Here comes one more. Yes! Just like that! Did you like that? That young man from Zone 2, watch out for him. He's in the mood.
It's a proper Jekyll and Hyde performance from the Kochi Blue Spikers at the moment. The line is open. Moyo says have the line. The line is the toughest swing on that right side. So the blocker's always going to give you a slither. And the beautiful set opened up the line in happy days.
There we go. Akin takes off, shot set. No. I thought tactically that was an error. That shot set and Akin take off. There was no timing between the two. You've got to be in sync. Ruben Volleyball, he's not a happy man.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to change about this, but that's a one-on-one through the middle. Love that pressing over on the other side.
Correct, but we talk all the time about hitting sidelines in that situation. You hit the middle of the court, you're going to get stuffed.
Okay, safe serve. Can Akin do better? Shot set, no. There was protection, but it wasn't good enough. Wasn't ready. How quickly he changed.
Yeah, and Akin, you can't count him out, right? Gets blocked once, you know the beast is going to get set again, and he's going to deliver. This time, changes direction, changes the speed, takes something off it, just throw it into that corner.
And you see, he didn't hit that as hard as the last one, but the change of direction with the speed mixed together is the beautiful thing that puts that away.
Amazing how they managed to do it. Really tall men. They change directions mid-air. Shot set. Straight at the libero. Chance for Mr. Quad to do his job. Here comes the third touch. Still in play. They're claiming an error. Yes. Chennai will succeed. A double touch being claimed and it will be given.
One break back then for Chennai. It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. A little bit out of rhythm, a tip over the top, and I have to say, Moy did a great job there. Maybe in the opening set, he might have tried to hammer that one. In turn, he took the tip on.
Yeah, and that's the sign of a great player, right? He's going to do that hard-hitting ball most of the time, but then he has that in his toolkit to take some speed off it. That's 2 tips in a row that have fallen on Kochi's side.
A serve this time, it just wasn't marked. I think you can see that Volleyball was thinking there, and these were starting to play smart. You can see him nodding, we're not making silly errors. All of a sudden, his body language is a little bit more positive.
Can you give me a sense of how much attention and focus do players give to serving in practice?
That depends on the coach, right? Volleyball surely knows the format of this league. He's probably put a lot of emphasis on that in training. But again, both these teams, they're going from pressure from the end line, so neither team is just putting a lob over because they know they have to then go aggressive, because if they get an easy ball in, that's when the middle can run, that's when the whole offense gets spread out, and it just becomes a different game.
Yes, it's a game of guts because you're aiming for glory. 7-5, Kochi in the lead. Moyo serves. A safer serve this time, straight at the libero. Here comes a spike. Oh, straight at Moyo. There was a touch. Chennai will get the point.
We talk about Quadzilla. This is Quadzilla using his legs in the floor the whole time and standing so firm to stay solid behind the ball. We're not going to see it again at the moment. That's how the ball put away. But Moyo's defense was unbelievably strong.
Naveen Raja Jacob, the captain, started playing this game at the age of 16 on mud courts. And here he is doing his thing as skipper of the Chennai Blitz. Forget about what happened last year. Naveen Raja Jacob wants to script a new story for his side in season 2 of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League powered by A23. 8-6 the score, and we will go in for an cool technical timeout as he just wins it. Back at the Koramangala Indoor Stadium in Bengaluru, and quick thank you to our official NFT partners, treasureclub.io. A lot of treasurable moments we've seen on court from the Chennai Blitz as well as the Kochi Blue Spikers, as we're in the middle of an exciting set 2 between these two teams. Chennai won the first set, Kochi looking to level scores in the second. In the English commentary box, I'm Manish Batave, and I'm alongside Key Michael and Louis Lett, who absolutely relishes that spike, and so does Key.
Captain Naveen going really sharp cross court. Again, that perfect ball in. Moyo getting his legs behind it. RuPay contactless shot goes sharp and short to the sideline.
What a swing. Hitting back away from the body, probably the most important swing you can have on that left side. Doesn't matter if there's 2 up, 3 up, you find your space.
Could this signal a comeback from Chennai?
It's really interesting because the first one was cagey, the first set here. The second set, I feel like both teams are finding their flow. We've got some better volleyball, some bigger offense, but the service pressure's still high at the moment as well.
High risk, high reward in all of the serves so far that we're seeing out here. I like this 2-point lead for Kochi though. I put my money on them. Let's see if they can hold it.
Interesting short serve. To the backboard attack, my word! It's come down on the same side of the Kochi Blue Spikers. For a minute, you thought that was the biggest roofing that Chennai have had all evening, but the point goes their way. The short serve doesn't quite pay off.
Donato sneaking around the back. I almost feel the blockers didn't see him coming. They're running that back set. It's not a pipe, it's a set behind, but there were no blockers because the setter had moved forward. All the front row attackers were on that side.
Erin Verghese usually gets it right. A bit of a scuffle there. Chennai have 1 more point. The scores are level, 9 apiece now in the second. Chennai clawing back in this match, in this set.
I think they've been a better team overall, even in this set at 3 or 4 down. Thing is, Kochi are going up and down in their level. Chennai are sort of keeping a little bit more of a higher base.
And when the ball's in for them to play, in this case, Naveen is the one who gets a great touch on it.
You want your blocker on that every time, though. Anything that's tight, you've got to give it to the blocker, surely.
So the psychological presence of Naveen Raja Jacob. He's a senior pro. He's one of the stalwarts of Indian volleyball. And the psychological impact of just his presence often does half the job.
I love him. I love how dynamic he is. I love how quick he is. And how he can turn the ball both ways. You don't want to just have one swing where you just hit angle. After both, and for me, he's been really impressive.
Yes, what a delight it must be for our viewers across the country on Sony Sports Network and on Sony Live in 5 languages. We're also being watched on Volleyball World across the world. Volleyball World, our official streaming partners. There is no chance of retrieving that ball. Not even Superman could do that.
Not even Superman could do that, you're completely right. Manish, we have another look here to the middle, and there's just nothing. Defending the ball above chest height, so difficult.
Yeah, defending the ball, period, when you're getting these big swings from these hitters through the middle to the sideline.
And just as the score touches the 10-all mark, the Kochi Blue Spikers want to go up 12-10, and they've called for a super point, which as always is worth 2 points. Right, so Chennai to serve, which means Kochi might get a chance to spike first. Good pass, Vipul sets, Verghese strikes, another chance to spike. They claiming a point, they will have it! Kochi Blue Spikers have the super point, what happened there, Key?
Huge moment, 2 points for Kochi after they called it. I think there was a touch in the block. The blocker's a little bit too aggressive there in the net, putting their hands up and over instead of just over.
For me, it's so lucky because the ball's off the net. The setter shows it's going to go on the back. The 2 blockers read it perfectly. and Kochi have just got a big slice of luck at a key time.
They lost the first set, and in response, this is a game of rapid chess. Yeah, this is Chennai's response. They want to level the scores. If Kochi win this next point, which is worth 2, they will have 4 set points to level the score 1-all. They've served. Here comes the spike, but the block was there! The block was there! Kochi upping their game just in the nick of time. 40-10, they won consecutive super points. They now have 4 set points.
It's only in this league here in India that you will see a 4-point swing in 2 plays. Outstanding. We haven't seen him stop all night, Ronaldo. Stuffed. And look who was doing the damage.
Massive moment for Kochi. They are now on 1 point away from taking this set, and I love that you mentioned that they shut down the big swinger Brazilian on the opposite. So now, see what they've got.
4 set points. One save thanks to the Dongan from zone 4.
This game, bonkers.
Well, have a look at how aggressive he gets up there. He has no fear. I like that about this player. He's not going up there not to make a mistake. He's going up there to earn the point.
Got to believe. Belief is half the job done. Roman to serve. 3 more set points. There we have it. A freebie, a lolly, a dolly. Gives the Kochi Blue Spikers the second set, 15-11. What a topsy-turvy battle this is. Impossible to predict a winner.
And I still think that Chennai were the better side throughout. They just won 2 big plays in a row, Kochi. And from there, Chennai couldn't win 4 in a row to go with that. So, they won the big plays, but how consistent can they be in the sets coming up?
This is the big question throughout this league. If you get 1 win in 1 set, how do you respond then going into the next set?
Kochi win the second set, 15-11. The third set coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.
Well, they say volleyball is a game of inches, but 2 super points in a row for Kochi made it a game of miles in the second set. Key Michael, 2 huge plays at key times.
Yeah, and I like what you did there. Interesting that you say that, because this is a coach's decision of when to call a super point. Kochi won of both of them, but Wallachin would have liked to have had that second one.
Quickly, a quick look at the stats, 1-1, business time.
No aces as of yet. 3 blocks big for Kochi right there at the beginning, right? 2 blocks right off the bat.
And the successful spikes from the Chennai Blitz, so key.
And the reason they lost the second set was the number of errors increased. More errors, more stats on offer on the volleyballworld.com. That's where you can find exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Check it out when you have time. For now, focus on your screens. There is a dramatic match in progress. This is the start of the third set. Erin Burgess to serve. Oh, Moyo! Oh, Moyo!
That's the first time that we've seen Moyo through the pipe. You can talk about tactics all day long, setting long lines to lose the block, but sometimes you just got to go to your hitters when they're hot.
RuPay contactless shot by Moyo. No contact in the block. He just went straight forward. So if that block had been closed, that would have been a stuff for Kochi.
Naveen Brata Jacob, what a serve that was. Well. Was there an antenna touch? I reckon there was.
Well, Chennai go 2-0 up, and again, this yo-yo performance from Kochi for me is key. Was there a touch? Can't see from there.
Huge antenna touch, I think. We'll have a look at this angle, but Kochi maybe trying to do a little bit too much. They see that sliver of space, that little bit of light there between the blocker and the antenna, trying to take it.
Will he get the stick for it?
I think he will.
Sorry about that. Oh! Was that a super serve? Yes, that was. The first of this match was 2 points. An ace He's got 2 points at the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. The first of this sensational encounter coming in from the captain, Naveen Raja Jacob. Take a look at that. This is world-class volleyball.
He's absolutely peppered the back line there. It's perfect. It's not bad from Rohit at all. It's the server's duty to hit the baseline.
I would disagree that. I was told at a young age there's no ducking in volleyball.
Let's see if he ducks this one.
Once more, straight at the libero. So difficult to pass that, but can they make amends? No, the pancake didn't arrive in time. Well, on this occasion, Chennai will stay hungry. No pancake for you.
Divin on the opposite. So that's the change that Kochi made. They took out their captain, Peruvian Romai, and they're now using Divin aggressively on that opposite spot.
Now, if there are two blockers, the third guy in the front court has got to be alert. He's got to anticipate the ball coming off the palm.
Correct. Sometimes he's playing for the tip over the top, so if it's a softer attack. Sometimes he's just reacting in there as well and playing defense on the sharper angle. Sometimes he's blocking.
Boyo, what a touch, what a touch. Well done.
I have questions. Where was Jibbin in that block? It's the middle's responsibility to call whether you jump or don't, and you can see why Walter's a little bit upset there because that's his call. He's moved over, he's jumping, he's expecting to go off as two. He's looking around going, where's my teammate?
Absolutely, but I think what we're also seeing is a Ruben Volicin masterclass as well, because we're starting to see that Kochi are really struggling with the block in all areas, and they're scoring freely off the block Chennai multiple times.
And we saw in the numbers, Chennai were committing a lot of errors in the second set. If they can correct that, if they can address that, Kochi will have trouble. Now that will help Kochi for sure. Before you sort out your defense, keep your attack, keep your offense on track.
Yeah, Kochi look a little bit like they're falling apart as far as teamwork goes, so that's a good one in the step in the right direction through the block on the outside.
They still get two on the outside though. Atkin has gone out as well. They have to start using the middle at some point. We haven't really seen much of Walter at all.
You're exactly right. Get that middle in.
I'd like to see a little more of the number 9 Sitaram, but GS Aken, no. I thought he was a bit too ambitious on that occasion, King.
Yeah, trying to get the middle is Chennai going, but I like that Walter is jumping with Akin. He knows that they want to run him in the offense, so he's waiting and he's pouncing.
There's absolutely no problem at all because they still have a good lead and it's still committing the middle for later on. I don't think he's going to mind too much, but I think what he's saying, Volicin, down there, is stop hitting the ball into the meat of the court, look for the sidelines, get an angle.
And hope that Kochi give you freebies like these.
Still a 3-point lead. You can get blocked as much as you want, 3 points up. It ain't a problem, is it?
Until the super point comes up.
Oh yeah, those super points.
Gap.
Come on.
I'd love to see teams go for the super point earlier.
Yeah, good lead.
Yeah, throw caution to the winds, just go for it. We'll see if any coach has the gumption to do so. Where did that land? Just outside, I reckon. I'd love to take a look at a replay of that. Just outside, I reckon.
You wonder if that's the moment for the coach to call a challenge, because if it was in, it's worth two. Have a look at it again. Very close. No, it did look like it was out. But also, the way that the challenge is set up, if you lose your first challenge, you don't get another one, so you have to be really sure.
We've seen it previously in this competition. Teams serving the baseline as much as possible. Deep and fast looks like the coach's sort of tactics to how to play this game. Great service. Moyo off the net. It's going to go back to the outside. Quick in transition. We love that here. The game is supposed to slow down. But no, the center speeds it up.
Moyo receives the serve and kills it. That would have stung him. That serve would have stung him.
Yeah, he does a great job getting that ball up. It's a little out of system, right? So it's not a perfect set, but they go back to him because he has been delivering from that spot.
He's been superb, Moyo, isn't he? He might have hit a couple of errors in the first set straight off the bat, but since then he has been unstoppable.
He's bald and beautiful.
Having his head for good luck.
I'm sure volleyball's the only sport where you get patted on the head regularly and take no offence. Well, we're looking for something special from Kochi to get their way back into this. They're going to have to wrestle it out. And Key, this could start a softer serve from Moyo here.
Yeah, and I like the setter people getting involved in the offense. It's the first time we've seen a setter dump, but again, this is what's going to hold the blockers. So Walter has done his job to make sure Akin is paying attention to him. Setter can just get that cheeky one in.
Vipul came up with a trump card on that occasion, 7-5. Put Chennai in the lead by 3 points now, courtesy that absolute smack of a spike from GS Akin, their superstar.
Unstoppable.
We will pause for a more cool technical timeout. Back in just a bit, stay tuned. What is a super serve, you ask? This is what it is. We've seen one, and that one super serve was worth 2 points. That's what the rule is at the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. An ace is called a super serve and it's worth 2 points. Yes, remember that. Make a note. If a super serve is scored on a super point, it will get 2 points and the super point cannot be used again. This is super stuff. Key.
I love these extra rules, but again, you can't just get out of the way of the serve. You've got to follow it with your feet.
From the back of the court, delivers an absolute missile there. That is a japper from Jibin from zone 2.
Well, formerly of Ahmedabad, Jibin stays real high here on the 10, and you can see why he's in playing opposite. There's no defending that. It's high and it's on the outside of the body, but the blockers might be disappointed here. You're surely don't close the block. Leave the space open.
Yeah, just take the angle.
Once again, shot set didn't quite work. They've recycled the ball. Chance to spike. Moyo!
Great swing off the block and out of bounds, using the block, using the hands, and targeting that outside hand to get it to go out of bounds.
Yeah, I think the word here is looking for the block every single time. If it's not Moyo, well, it's Naveen out there doing exactly the same thing. So what we're knowing now is we're seeing a pattern developing from Ruben Volichin. They're going after the hands of the blockers.
I suppose Akin will have to think of another plan. These shot sets are now slowly becoming slightly predictable. Although Chennai do lead by 3 points. Oh, lovely, lovely work. This is smart stuff. It's not all about acrobatics. A lot can happen between the 2 ears. Well done, Aaron Burgess.
Yeah, love this ball in this big contactless shot again, but look at the combination play. We haven't seen that yet out of Kochi. So you're running the quick, and then the opposite coming in right behind him, trying to take that space when the block isn't there.
Well, that can't be a fluke. That would have been practice. It would have been thought through. Very, very well planned, calculated move there from Kochi. The deficit now down to 2. It's 1 set apiece. This is the 3rd set. Chennai lead by 2 points. Great serve that. That is a bombshell from Renato. That is a rasping hit from Renato.
If you're Kochi, you have to seal the line. That's 3 points in a row that they've either gone to the line, gone off the hands, and there's nothing flash here. Setting the same ball every time. Close the line. You're drifting out of your body line to close it, and in the end, it's easy for Renato. So much space. Even if it goes off the hands, it's not fixed, it's not stable.
The middle there has got to take a cue from Akin's book. It was a bit too late to move to his right. And Kochi get a whip, and they sense a bit of danger here. As Chennai hit double figures, they've called for a super point. This one is worth 2 points. So the score will either be 10-9 or 12-7. A super point is worth 2 points, remember. Too smart? Was that too smart? Yes. Just too cool there. Didn't work. 12-7 it is. Chennai win the super point, which is worth 2. They now lead by 5. They're 3 points away from taking a 2-1 lead in this match.
Yeah, look, when it rains, it pours, doesn't it, for Kochi? The set is so tight. The pass is off the net. There's nothing you can do about that as a spiker. This is not the spiker's fault. Although he could look for the hands, he looks for the space, he misses out. And that, for me, is signed, sealed, delivered this set.
Yeah, Yeah, trying to get the touch off of Moyo there. Smart play by Polishin. Let's see if there are any more super points coming up. That's the first time that Chennai has won the super points.
We've seen some terrific spikes from the likes of Moyo. Renato Akin's been a star as well. Some of those moves could well become collectibles. And your favorite moments of the match can be bought on treasureclub.io. If you're an NFT fan, you've got to check out treasureclub.io, our official NFT partners. What's been your favorite moment, guys?
I think my favorite moments have been the super points all day, because it's just made the game more exciting. I think without the super points, 3-0 Chennai.
Dignitaries present in the house there. So Josh Thomas, 1998 French Open champion, Commonwealth gold medalist, 2002 Arjuna Award winner. Also the GM of PR and admin at BPCL Kochi Refinery. Here we go then, 12-7 the score. From the back of the court, he comes up with an absolute bullet.
Key, talk me through the middle blocker here. I'm really, really intrigued to know what you think in terms of the free ball. First attack, just hit.
Well, the middle goes up and he's jumping with the middle, so he's expecting that ball to be quick, and that's what opens up that pipe. He just doesn't have time to get down and use his calves to jump a second time, so it's just wide open net there through the pipe for Naveen.
13-7, 2 points away from going 2-1 up. It's a race to 15 points. Can't really blame anyone else. Well, they've got to look within the Kochi Blue Spikers. The wheels are coming off after winning the second set. I thought they'll tighten the game, but it's not happening.
I mean, that right there tells the story of the entire game. Pass is off, set's not great, spike is in a little bit too early. When you're in too early, the contact's going to be off.
Love that angle as well, that camera angle. You can see how physical Moyo is and why it's so hard to hit around him. He's just taking so much space.
Naveen Raja Jacob, 7 set points. Surely they'll convert one of those 7. Will it be this one? No, not yet. Not yet. What a spike that was. Have a look at where that ball landed. So much power.
Lots of power. Ball went to the outside again. Chennai doing nothing wrong in that point for me either. Recycling the ball, giving it back, and then second time of asking, they can unload.
Yeah, they're trying to force Kochi to score the point here. They're not going to make those mistakes and give it to them. Kochi got a lot of work to do to try and make up, so I'm not sure they can do it in this set.
Kochi serving, which means if the pass is all right, Chennai will get a chance to spike first. Oh, luck of the draw, luck of the draw. Never mind Chennai, never mind Chennai. You've got many more opportunities, and that is an ace because it went untouched. And the super serve with a bit of luck.
Oh man, that serve is so nasty because as the players are lined up, you can see them all far from the net. They're waiting to make their approach. It dribbles off the net, and that is so cheeky that it's worth 2 points here in this league.
Great work from Ruben Volicin. He says, you guys can go and have a timeout. We're going to take the timeout. Sit them down before they get too confident. Well, A23 Fantasy Media download, play it now. You can get involved in this, only A23 game. Select your team with a minimum player for each role. Leave it outside, hit a center blocker, and opposite. A maximum of 4 can be selected from a single team. Create up to 15 teams. 100 credits. Join the big leagues and win the rewards daily.
My fantasy player right now, it's got to be Moyo.
Another look at our special guest today. 1998, he made the news. And an error gives Chennai that third set. The Chennai Blitz, who were at number 6 on the points table last season, are being helped a little bit by Kochi's errors. In this campaign opener, Naveen Raja Jacob and his outfit look absolutely switched on. Yet another unforced error, that service error, giving Chennai that third set. They won the first set, lost their way a little bit in the second because they made a lot of errors. And in the third set, Kochi seem to have helped matters for Chennai by committing so many errors that they won this third set to go 2-1 up in this absolute humdinger of a battle. Chennai win the third set, 15-10. Kochi will need to win the next 2 sets to win this match. Back in just a bit with set number 4. Welcome back to the Kormangala Indoor Stadium in Bengaluru. A quick look at the sets. Have a look at the number of unforced errors for Kochi. Look at how attacking Chennai Blitz have been, and I think those 2 numbers perhaps tell the story, don't they, Keith?
Yeah, Chennai doing a lot better in the spikes. 20-11. That means they're just being offensive, and Kochi not able to slow them down. Everything else pretty much even. A few more blocks out of Kochi's side, what we saw early on in the second set, but they were pretty much nowhere at the net. But if you want to have a look at all of the stats, head over to volleyballworld.com and get the exclusive stats of RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Break it down if you're a stats nerd like Louis Lett.
I am a stats nerd. That is more official than Volleyball World Stats. Question for me here is that not only can Chennai win this 3-1 in my eyes, they can take this game 4-1 tonight, and they can go top of the league alongside Calicut Heroes.
Well, not if Kochi starts like that. First point on the board. I think we're going to see a flip-flop back and forth. Kochi lost their momentum in that last set, but here, that perfect opportunity, an overpass not taken care of by Brazilian Renato.
This is the 4th set. Chennai need only 1 more set to open their account. Kochi have got to win set 4 and 5 to register a win, and a lot more of that will do. They struggle with their defense, with their blocks, which were not working in that last set. These are good early signs.
Yeah, we said about Kochi fixing the line block on that right-hand side. That was a lot better. It wasn't perfect, but you can see that they're starting to get across a lot more. Renato still scores, but there's more pressure on him there than we saw previously. Maybe that's a good sign for Kochi.
Yeah, but they're going to keep trying that, right? If it works, I'm going to stop. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, those freebies will help Kochi's cause. We haven't had a 5-set thriller yet. How about tonight, guys? Are you up for it? Are your vocal cords up for it?
I have a yellow shirt on. That means I'm only supporting one team all the way.
Are you feeling the blues at all? Are you missing home food?
Every day. No, Manish. The food here is glorious.
Moyo. Didn't work. Here comes the third. Well done by the libero. The attack realized itself, and that is what happens. That is an absolute rocket cross-court from zone 2.
Well, we've talked about the split being key earlier on, that they have a powerful attacks on each wing, and I would say they have overused the ball to 4. They've started to get figured out, but then they have an outlet on the right side. Ronaldo comes back in the game, and they haven't got an answer for that, Kochi.
And they've been working that line so well that he knows that opposite's going to be open, that cross-court shot. So he's been working them line to cross, and that's great player, great swings.
Tell you what, the foreign players have already added so much value to this season. We saw Sandoval do his job. Matt Hilling was excellent as well for Calicut. It's been Moyo and Renato tonight, so watch out for the world's best volleyball players in action in India on Indian soil, with some of the finest of Indian volleyball on offer. It's a win-win for this great sport.
Interesting you say that, because Kochi's taken out their foreign player, their captain from Peru, Eduardo Romay. And I wonder if we might see him get back in there soon. Not if they keep swinging like this, though. Great job on the outside.
They do need his experience. They need his calm head.
Yeah.
Far more experienced player. I wonder if it's about managing game time, because he's recovering from an injury. So here comes Moyo. Oh, what a block. Finally, we get to say the words, what a block for Kochi.
Okay, Moyo is on absolute flames tonight. So all Kochi do is they serve him inside. And what that does is it limits his approach to the ball. He's a little bit more out of rhythm, therefore the block is in the game. It's a game of speed and time and space. They can work inside, it makes the spiking more difficult. Brilliant from Kochi.
Brilliant from Walter in the middle there. We talked about it as well. Not trying to reach and close, but wherever you get, just go straight over the net, and that's what he does.
Kochi have got to believe they can take it to 5 sets. Not if Akin does this. He can do this thing at 3 in the morning.
I hope he's not up at 3 in the morning playing volleyball. But you know what? When you're dreaming about it, that's when you can play your best on the court, right? Just visualize how to win.
A serve right down the middle isn't going to be great. It's a RuPay contactless shot, but the serve down the middle is problematic this time. Where they served so well previously, dolly dropper in the middle. It's a buffet serve. Help yourself.
Sumptuous, delicious, like the andhra meal you had the other morning.
Both served with hands.
Well, oh well, they went to Kochi, all the way to Kochi to retrieve that ball. Here comes Moyo. This time, there is no chance of even getting a whiff of that ball. That went like an absolute rocket from Moyo. That is a magic moment from Moyo. A RuPay contactless shot then.
I love the effort from Bennu running that down to bring it back in, but at the same time, it then becomes a free ball, and you know where it's going to go. Have a look at this defense, right? Bringing it back, but then as soon as it's a free ball, everything is open. The middle has to stay there with Akin in the middle, and it's wide open. Easy pickings for Moyo.
He's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yes, if there was an all-star team made on available evidence so far, Moyo Sandoval would definitely feature in that lineup. They've been absolutely exceptional. Here comes Naveen Raja. Did he get a wipe? Did he get a touch? No, he didn't.
No touch given. Interesting. I wonder if we might see a challenge here. Chennai, pretty sure they saw it. Volochin will know better than anyone.
Certainly will. And what I have to say is that Pinamar at the moment, the setter, it might be 4-all, but the variation from Chennai, they've gone to the opposite, they've gone to the middle, they've gone to the pipe, they've gone to the outside. It's going to be very good investment later on. Here's the review. 3 up. Surely he's got to hit some of them.
Oh!
Field goal!
Goal!
Field goal.
What was that review about?
They were clutching at straws. I mean, normally when you hit straight down the middle like that, you're going to get a piece of the action, but...
There was no straw. What's he clutching at?
Walter going for...
Had to be.
For the Kong block.
Surely there's got to be a discussion there from Walter to the coach to say, I was nowhere near that, because they just wasted a review, and in turn they can't get that back.
So Chennai lost their review. They will not get another review. That's why the players have to tell the coach the truth when they see what they see. Oh, great blocking out of Akin. That is what he's here for. That's why he was retained from last season. The Beast doing his work.
G.S. Akin, the great wall of Chennai.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's aggressive in the air. Tries to turn the first one, gets blocked, and in turn, he just makes the read. It's a good read. The ball's so tight. It's the perfect time to commit to the middle. Very difficult for the setter to send that one to the outside key.
We've got to give Moyo a bit of credit there, too. He covered that first ball that could have been blocked.
Just take a look at how he just takes off from zone 2 there. Jibin, the number 5, trying to make amends for his mistakes from the previous set. Kochi now with the lead, that's rare.
We can give a little bit of center's credit there too, because not a lot of time for the blockers to get back there as he's front row. He's opening up the space there for Jibin. Jibin looking for that left hand of Naveen.
Wild swing.
Trying to go down the line there, getting a touch off Naveen's left hand. Kochi in the lead, and they keep going. A deft touch, Kochi keep it in play. Boom, straight at the libero, still in play, a long rally, building up, Naveen Raja Jacob. Another touch, here comes the spike. Once again the libero. What a rally this is. Hold your hats. Moyo once again, oh my word. What a rally that was. Rama, is he a libero, is he a magnet?
Man, and Moyo again getting that second touch. The players couldn't get under it the second time, but I like that he's really paying attention and covering his hitters.
Take a look at Floppy in the background. Is that the Nippon Paint colourful moment of the day?
It is for me. I mean, that set there was a game changer. Out of system, you don't want to put your setter that tight. There's a big opportunity. Second time, they go for the block again. They're starting to fix their hands in the block better, Kochi. Because of that, they're getting more chances. Not necessarily making more points, but building through. What I want you to have a look at here is look at the reaction. Hands on hips. Body language is a key indicator here, and they look a little bit defeated here. Still early on, though.
Ramanathan with some fantastic defensive effort there.
Rama, so much drama. Once again, all the wheels coming off Chennai Express.
And Moyo doing everything he can to try and help his attackers. He's getting his hands under a lot of balls in that second touch defense. Well, we've got an full technical timeout. Cannot wait to come back. Stay with us. Our special guests in the RuPay VIP box. Love to have them in the RuPay Be On The Go box. Back 8-5 for Kochi. Could this be a turning point in the match?
I mean, Chennai have just let themselves go the last couple of points. They've let their body language go. With that's gone their intention. And they really don't need to stress. That's the problem. They're stressing over things at a time in the game that they just don't need to. You can afford to have one rash play or be beaten once, but in turn, you can't let a poor attitude get you down for a period of time in this sport.
Chennai out of system, and Kochi capitalizing on it in the block. I'm liking their blocking work. That's really picked up this set.
Yeah, figuring it out over time, the coaching staff here. Harry Lau knows what's happening. They're fixing it nicely. It's a slow play, well fought, good hands. Happy days for Kochi. The question is, can they finish the job off here?
Right place, right time. Abhinav on that occasion, giving Kochi a 4-point lead. Chennai have a few things to worry about. Harilal, an arm around Erin Verghese' shoulder. That's what you want from a coach in pressure moments. And that's what you need to do to enjoy this pressure. Get on board, download the A23 Fantasy app, and select a team which must have a libero, an outside hitter, a center blocker, and an opposite. You can create up to 4 teams. 15 teams rather, with 100 credits, join the big leagues and win huge rewards daily. My reward is that I get to sit with 2 vast repositories of volleyball knowledge, Key Michael and Louis Lett, that man on your screen. Ruben Volochin hardly ever gives away what's on his mind, Ruben.
Big chess game, this one, isn't it? You'd like to know what's going through his mind. They've gone off the block all game long, and now Kochi are saying, okay, we'll fix that. And Kochi have started to rise once more, almost like a phoenix from the ashes, because I thought they were gone.
The metaphors keep coming. Volochin, we spoke to him before the match and he was super relaxed, so I wonder how relaxed he'll stay after this set.
There was no touch. That one landing outside, a touch too ambitious, that shot.
And the calmness that Volochin has to rub off now on his team, because, I mean, there's a storm going on there for Chennai, and they're making rash errors that we just haven't seen the whole way through this match. Even the set they lost, I thought they played really well until the super points.
Let's see, I wonder if they might call a super point pretty soon. With a good serve in, making the libero play it, overpassed, not enough. 3-ball chance deep in the corner. Still up Moyo with the set. Recycled chance in the middle, Akin, not gonna go down. High ball coming, Aaron's on it, great rally both sides. Chance again to swing, and he's gonna get the deep corner.
Well, if you get a chance to go and check out this point once again online. Aaron had an opportunity to kill this point very early in that rally. Finally, he waited for another opportunity and came up with the kill like that.
I'm throwing a lot of credit here to Harry Lau. You called it, Manish. Had his hand around this kid during the timeout, and have a look, he's managing this situation incredibly. We talk about Volochin, we've got to talk more about Harry Lau.
Oh yes, different kinds of leadership, at times an arm around the shoulder, at times a kick up the backside. Different things work for different players. This time, the arm around the shoulder worked for Aaron.
And different commentators as well.
The three of us are coming here every day. 11-5, Kochi. 6-point lead is massive. Do not make any more errors, no more freebies. That's what Kochi must be thinking about. That one landing outside once again. A problem of unforced errors. This time, well, troubling Chennai.
I mean, you need somebody to come in and make an impact. And for Mohammed Riazadeen, played for the Thunderbolts last year, and he's just somebody that could make a difference. Out of system, ball coming over the shoulder, has to hit the sharper angle. For me, if I'm a blocker, I'm going to be pushed a little bit more in the angle.
I suppose it's the pressure of the deficit that made him try a bit too much. Raman with the serve. Oh, unfortunately. Oh, what a spike that was, a bullet. Moyo got stung there. Was there a touch? Yes, there was. Before it landed outside, there was a wipe.
Moyo with the defense, he's been doing really well for his team. Now, they're not getting the point every time, but he's getting so many touches and defensive efforts that then you can go and play on.
What was really key was the strength in his legs to keep that ball alive, and in turn it just meant that it could go back to the outside. Yes, where we saw him hit the hammer angle this time, knows that one isn't available. He has to go off the hands, he has to go high.
Kochi 4 points away from taking this to the fifth set. Well, the fifth set will be played regardless. Akin takes off, the spike comes, the block was there as well. How pumped up is Vipul Kumar? That is how you blunt a missile. How is that for dogged defense from the Kochi Blue Spikers? They've woken up. The giant has woken up, Key.
Huge block, and again, love this angle that we get from the referee cam. But watch how he gets over and brings that outside hand back into the court. That's going deep off the block, and nobody's there to cover.
Chennai need more variation in the setting. You can't set the same person 3 balls in a row and expect them to score all 3. Big moments.
That probably was the best block of this match so far. Absolute perfection from Vipul Kumar. A super point has been called for by Chennai. They need to take the score to 12-9. If not, Kochi will have 7 set points. Where is this one going? Kochi looking to spike. Moyo keeps it in play. Well done, the third touch has to go to the other side. Another chance. This time Kochi have it! Kochi have 7 set points. What a comeback this is. This is a dramatic 4th set.
Huge moment for Kochi. I mean, they put so much pressure on there, moving that ball from left to right, back to left again. I mean, there really wasn't much of the block to slow that down.
Yeah, it's a great play. And well, Riaz on the wing, he's not the biggest, so they're going to keep feeding through two, trying to go over the top. There's a mismatch there from the shorter blocker, and in time, they then run it right to left, and there's a gap in between, or by the side of the box. Well, Moyo digging in the best he can, but look here, he's gone, I think.
Should have stayed lower, in the back of the court.
But also just mentally banging the floor at a key time.
7 set points. How quickly things change. Okay, make that 6. This was exactly the score in the last set. Chennai had 7 set points. How quickly things change in this format.
Correct. But now he's starting to use the middle a little bit more. It's not as predictive as it's been beforehand. He went to the opposite. He's not just overloading the left-hand side of the court. Because of that, they're getting a little bit more luck.
This is also a contest between 2 master coaches. Great moves from both coaches. Kochi now executing better. I'm sure the plan was there. The problem was the execution. 6 more set points for Kochi. Surely they will seal the deal and take it to the 5th set, which will be the decider. Oh, yes, they will. We are going to have a 5-set thriller. The 5th set, which would have anyway been played, will now be the deciding set. The Kochi Blue Spikers are up and away. It took them a while to wake up, but now they're alive.
Man, again, that same play that worked earlier, the run the middle, make the middle jump with your middle, and then open up that space so that the pipe can just slam it through there with no block in sight. Beautifully done by Aaron, but I gotta love that combo play. Kochi getting a little bit more creative in their style.
Well, Harry Lau has got his team fired up. We go to a 5th set, all decider. We'll see you there. We'll be back shortly.
What a turnaround. Welcome back. Kochi have tied it up against Chennai. Here's some highlights of what we saw. I was really impressed with not only all of their play, but some combo plays that we haven't seen a lot of. Here's a look at Chipman getting a great swing off the hands. The defense of Moyo, also, he's doing everything that he can for Kochi, but not enough in that situation.
Yeah, if you ask me, you've got to give a lot of credit at the moment to the setter Vipal. He's starting to pull the strings here. Good offense, one wing, then the other, through the middle, through the pipe, running these combinations that you're on about, and I think that's how they're getting back in. Here's some stats. I mean, successful spikes. Kochi were nowhere, but they're closing the gap. Look at the blocks. We knew that Chennai were going after the blocks of Kochi. Kochi responded. They got 6 stuff blocks to 2. Unforced errors now tied.
Those are the exclusive stats from the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. You can see them as well on volleyballworld.com. Get your fill of the numbers. I'm more of an emotions kind of player. I just want to see who's out there and what they're giving in the moment. But if you want to dig deep, go and head over to Volleyball World.
This is the decider. 5-set matches every night. But it's good to see the 5th set as the decider.
Wow, first point, error in the serve on a football. We haven't seen that yet, have we?
Yeah, maybe there's a sign of pressure here leaking in, because, I mean, that's not just by a millimetre or 2, that's almost half or a full foot. And that's what pressure does. It makes your mind think in funny ways. Silly mistakes can creep in.
Let me just say, the team that makes fewer mistakes, stays calm, will take it away. 2 points up for grabs. The score is going to be 3-2 for whoever wins it. This is the decider, the 5th and final set. That's what you want more of. That is a 10 on 10 from number 10.
Look, we talk about aggressive intent from the service line. If you serve buffet balls, the other team will help themselves. It's a free ball. The pass is perfect. RuPay contactless shot, but you've got to up the service pressure.
That is a RuPay contactless shot from Rohit. Great execution, such finesse. Such a clean hit that was. He knew what he was doing, thought about it, went for it, got it right.
One-on-one as well. Credit to the setter. We got to keep giving it to him. Anytime you get a one-on-one, that is beauty from the setter.
One apiece, 5th set. The decider. Strange pass that from Renato. The spike didn't have enough. Chance for Kochi, and they will make it work. They will capitalize. Another jumper from Jibin. Chennai are looking worried.
Vipul with the side set.
I mean, we're talking about him coming into the game now and running it. Superb, coming in off the side, and to get that to the outside or to the opposite with that height, it's a nice peak, and as soon as there's a peak, it's allowing Jibin to go to the line or to the angle. Has his range perfect. Vipul, the man of the moment.
Yeah. Great response from Chennai. There's the pipe again, but they're waiting for it. Akina says yes, please.
Why fear when I am here, says GS Akin. That superstar blocker for Chennai.
I think Chennai needs to see more of him, not only in the defense like this, and he's pouncing. Watch his eyes, looking at where the ball's coming from and diving his hands over. I think Chennai really need him to feature a bit more in this set.
It's almost like he's hacked into Erin's software. He knows exactly when Erin's going to take off. Great anticipation, perfect execution. How's that for a block? 2 apiece on sets and 2 apiece on points. Here comes Renato. There goes Renato.
The intentions are better with the aggressive serving, but you can see the body language with a missed serve. Everybody's head goes down. There's a long way to go here, but you have to play with aggression if you want to have a chance.
Yeah, we're going to get to see it again, but there's not really much to say about this serve. Like you said, he's going for it. Look at Akin there, though, just not happy with the results.
He's almost telling himself, just keep the ball in play. I'm here to block. Don't worry about them spiking. Here comes Moyo.
good.
Tidy out of system or not? Okay, here we go. Whoa! A rasping rocket from Renato!
And I think it's great to feed him alongside the middle. We saw it yesterday. Trent O'Day on a wider ball in the middle to open up the opposite, hold the middle a little bit more further along because the outside isn't firing. They figured out Moyo a little bit, and look how high he is.
I'm questioning where Walter was going. He took a step in the opposite direction. Rama's hands were facing literally towards Renato. He telegraphed where he was going to set that.
Telegraphed it, but also at the same time, he set so many balls to the outside that maybe he just took a gamble without watching.
Well, this is how you park your Ferrari. Red speed in the right spot. Fantastic precision from Rohit. This is the second time he's done it. This time shows a slightly different angle, Rohit.
Yapsy ball to the outside. Knows that the middle is a little bit stretched getting out, doesn't want to go to the line, and just opens up beautifully back past the block. There's one team playing with confidence here, and it's going to get them over the line if it continues the same way.
Even Akin couldn't stop it. Great set that was for Rohit as well. Made it much easier. He's the man to serve now. Kochi have a 1-point lead. Not a bad serve at all. Here comes Akin. No, there's Moyo. Naveen Raja Jacob correction. You keep it in play. A nervous rally building up. Naveen Raja Jacob will get the scores to level now.
What was working for them so well in the earlier sets was running the ball to the outside, tipping over or off the block. Harry Lau has fixed it. They got a tip cover over the top of the block. They're prepared for it. As soon as they choose to go down another avenue, test another player, they get the rub of the green. They have to keep varying up their plays. They can't just keep doing the same thing.
The good effort by Walter. I like him getting over the net like that, leaving just maybe a little bit of space in between his arms for the ball to go through. Akin coming out now. Interesting change.
Tired. Is that going to cost them? Chennai, I wonder why they do that. Maybe perhaps trying to give Akin a bit of a breather to see. This is a bit of a gamble, is it or not?
Well, we talked about Akin's attitude, and I wonder if that has something to do with it. Volochin making some decisions based on personality on the court, perhaps.
Here we go. Not in a position to spike at all. Made an absolute mess of it. It wasn't a great pass, not a great set either, and there was no chance of spiking it for Sitaram.
Well, that's a great call from you. Bring him out just because he's seeing what we see. Dynamic in the team. At this moment in time, you need to keep pushing. You need to keep everybody together and have a look. They've got the rub of the green this time. That's because the setting is way too wide. That's maybe the first setting mistake we've seen for a while from people.
But then the response, like you said, that everyone coming together and fighting, that is really, really crucial in this fifth set.
Chennai in the lead by only 1 point. High ball toss and low on execution. These young players nervous, slightly nervous.
I would rather see that than a ball that just floats over the net and it's comfortable for the passing. And if you saw how much you put yourselves under pressure, Rahman's just come in. It's a lot to ask him to go and serve a super serve at this time. But the intentions are there, and as you can see, Ronaldo's in there saying, hey, no worries, you got this.
Yeah, the small I can believe, and half the job is done. Renato has been an absolute leopard on court today. So has Moyo. Oh, have a look at that. What a move, just tireless. They keep coming at Kochi. They keep asking questions. Will the answer be a win?
Sita with some reactions there. I like that out of him. That ball came over so fast, he took a one step back and got aggressive with it.
We're getting a lesson here from Chennai that if you can stay aggressive and patient over time, things might just come back your way. Look how much it means to him.
Another sub on Chennai's side. Will it make a difference?
Well, to my eyes, that must be a backcourt setter. Here, your jaw has dropped there.
Yeah, that's a tough ball because it looked like before, if he's gone on the other side, he shouldn't be able to touch that ball. That's the problem there. He wanted to bring it back as a set, but instead, because he touched it on the other side on net and then let it continue to go over, it's considered a backcourt attack.
7-5 in the fifth and final set, 2 apiece. It's been an up and down battle. Here come Kochi from zone 4. Well done by Rama, the libero of the Chennai Blitz. Boom. Didn't quite work. Here comes Erin. The block was there. Chennai claiming the point. They will get it. This is fantastic defensive work from Chennai. First credit to the man in the blue there, the libero. He was the one who kept Chennai in this point.
We talk about Volleyball being the master coach. We're seeing it here. Good substitutions. They've started to give the ball more to the right side where they were just feeding the left side way too much. And in turn, it's coming back. No block on that one. 4 touches has been given. And with that, Chennai have got themselves a 3-point lead here in Bengaluru. Well, they're united once more, but can Chennai go the whole way in set 5? And we'll call technical timeout will be back soon.
We promise to a thriller every night, and we promise to encourage you to become a part of this party as well. What you've got to do is download this app, A23 Fantasy, and select a team with a libero, outside hitter opposite. You know the rules. Join the party. Lots of guests. Kishore Kumar there, one of the coaches. Alongside him is Mr. George Thomas. Sorry, he's enjoying it. The third toss has to go to the other side. Bizarre point that. Both teams claiming points. Chennai have it.
That's a huge, huge point in the context of this one. I'm unsure whether Kochi actually want to take a review here or not. 3 blockers, trying to take away all the angles. There's no touch, it's a big deflection off the net band. And surely now, this has been an emotional roller coaster, one way and then...
Oh, and a strong serve, followed up by Chennai. 3 ball coming from Kochi. Chance on the outside, blocked, covered. Chance again. Off the hands and out of bounds. Chennai pick up another point towards the finish line.
Hey, I'm really interested. Now we've seen every single team in this competition. How do you think these 2 rank going forward?
Man, oh man. Well, these were the 2 lowest ranked teams last season, but I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. Big moves out of all of these players, and they've got some names that I'm impressed to see this whole season.
Last season, Chennai won 2 games. One of them was against Kochi. Not too sure if anything they did last year counts, but this time they look better prepared. They've come up with better resources this time.
The one thing that worries me about Chennai is I think their best is championship quality. The problem they have is that we've also seen their worst leaking as well. So if they can raise that worst level a little bit higher, they're going to have a real chance. The issue is the consistency of keeping that level. They have hot hitters on both wings.
Yes, in the second set we saw them commit a lot of errors. That man's not committing any error with his footwork. There he is, Mr. George Thomas. Arjun Awadi, 1998.
Clear who he's rooting for.
French Open champion, Mr. George Thomas, 1998. Badminton 10-5 the score. Kochi looking for another dramatic comeback. That will help. Well done, Jibin. So much clarity in that spike.
You need your right-siders. They're in the team to score points. In big moments, the ball's off the net. Once again, as Keith said earlier, the legs don't get round the ball to get it to the outside. It's always going right side. And Jibin stays high.
Vipul, though, getting a one-on-one. Again, we've got to give credit to him. He's got that middle, holding the middle. He's opening up a lot of space there on the right. Oyo, great ball in, blocked. Oh, another point for Kochi. A net touch called by Chennai. Do we have a game on our hands again?
We do, but the inconsistency creeping in from both teams is problematic. Because a moment ago, Chennai looked perfect. The pass is great, The middle just jumping a little bit too close to the net, a little bit more space away from the hitter, a little bit further off the net, then you have the room to operate.
Look at Moyo though, every single time someone's attacking on his team, he's getting low in defense, he's giving his chance a recycle ball, his team a chance to recycle the ball.
Leader of this team, Moyo, absolute leader. And look at him, he's right in the middle, listening to everything that Volleyball is saying.
So we're 7-10, Kochi. Is this the moment to call a super point? Coach Louis-Lett, what would you do?
I would call it now, because you've got Chennai under the pump. You don't need them to get one more in front than they already are. The thing is, we know how good Chennai have been, but we also know they can leak points quick.
Got to look at Mr. Thomas Muthoot, the owner of the Kochi Blue Strikers. Very calm man, very highly respected in this part of the world. One of the corporate giants. Absolutely loves volleyball. And he's not going to like that. He's not going to like that. Chennai inch closer. 4-point lead, 4 points away from registering their first win in season 2.
That's tough. Bennu with a great defensive effort, not converted by his team.
Well, chance. This is a huge chance. They're in system. The approach wasn't perfect. The set's too tight. But when the set's tight, that's the time to look for the blocker's hands.
Come on now. Call for a super point. Coach, you've got to go all in. This is your time. Got to go for it.
That's a great set on the outside. Moyo, he's looking for the hand. He's going with the right move. Just a little unlucky, so we're going to see some changes now on Kochi's side.
Pavan gets a few seconds of game time, I'd like to think.
Then it's coming in.
Right, so Kochi serving, which means if the pass is all right, Chennai will get a chance to spike first. And that error gives the Chennai Blitz a memorable start. They're up and away, the Chennai Blitz. They are now on the points table. What a win in this 5-set thriller. The fellows in yellow, the yellow brigade prevail over the blues from Kochi. The Spikers will wonder what hit them. What a win, and what a way to start your campaign.
I think that man there, instrumental. Volleyball will be relieved because there was a poor set 4, and that's what he'll have to work on, is how can they avoid the dips. But their best level's very high. And with that man there, changing the tactics, making the right substitutions at the right time, it was a very successful evening, and the dominoes are going in their favour.
Yeah, the Chennai sad Spikers tonight. I'm going to be a bit sad too because I had my money on them, but we'll have a look at how this last point ended. And look, we talk about the serve so often, but in that moment, match is on the line. You've got to force Chennai to earn that last point. Instead, just gives it away, and the celebrations will begin. Chennai much more successful in that last point. It was a roller coaster. They were up and down, but eventually stamping their authority in that last set.
Absolutely, the celebrations have begun. Chennai taking their first win here in Bengaluru. And there's the confirmation of the score, 15-9 in the fifth. We'll be back very shortly.